Politics, politics, part 2. By the time they realize the tree they are partaking of is not mine, for some it would be too late. For this generation of reprobate mind. Politics again. Politics again. The last time I was traveling, I bounced up politics and dirty tricks in the same airport, waiting to board. But because they explained so many things, I figure out that politics is not for antics and tricks. Let me tell you what is politics. Politics in my country is different to your country. At the end of the day, it's the same results. Man say, no matter if you call it Monday politics, it have Tuesday politics, it have politics for every day of the week. But you know what? You think it's only politicians that have politics? No. In everything, if you give them a chance, they will make you dance. Yes, I really mean dance. Let's start with the real politics of the day. So, you enter into government. You don't have a clue of what was taking place inside there before you went in there. But you went in there thinking you can fix everything. But when you realize this thing mix up, well, I don't want to say the word. You understand? So I pause for a cause. Politics is really play on your mind, you know. It's the way that they do the things sometimes. So they come out on the podium and they speak and they give the big speech. But the end results will be what you just preach. Yes. Politicians will go on a podium and even quote scriptures to get answers. Yes. When they finish with you are a callaloo. For them mix up everything instead of telling you how and when they're going to fix things. Many people suffer from this thing called politics because you're depending on somebody who just like you, a human being, and is not God, so they cannot solve your problems. The problem in this world today is everybody looking at government as though government is a God on the earth. No. Government is man in position with a transition to bring something out of other men's mistake. Politics was not so bad long ago. At least they used to give you something before they go. But no, now blatantly they just taking and taking, thinking that we are breaking. But they don't realize the more they manifest their behavior, the people get wiser. But there are some people, no matter what they hear or see, they are die-hard voters, you see. They will vote not because they want anything good for the country. They will vote based on tribal politics. Yes, tribal like that. They only want to see a certain caliber of people stand up on the podium. But people, open all your eyes and open up your ears. Listen to what they're saying. Because what they're saying did not sell. Yes. So they have sellers and buyers of the news that you're hearing. Make sure you jot down everything that they're saying, because they have a short attention span and a memory bank very short when it comes to activating their plans. Before you promise the people anything, remember, promise them what is in your portfolio to do and what you have the power to do. But don't come out there and promise the people the moon, nor the stars, nor the galaxy. Because people are gullible and they will fall in place with your policies. So, politics at that level is one thing. But let me tell you about a politics that you don't be thinking. Politics should not come into the house of God. But sad to say, some encourage the things we annul. Yes. Imagine there's favor beyond favor for some. And others is like did not even come. For many people went to certain house of God. And up to now, they didn't know the name nor anything that they should. For they are not seen because they are not heard. So, politics is something I never see in God's word. Politicians came to trap Jesus. Up to now, they have some believers who believe the lies instead of the truth. That is called a substitute. People don't want to hear the truth. People rather you tell them nice things. Oh, you're looking good, when in fact you're not. So sometimes we must be blunt, but people don't like that sort of communication. People rather say things that will soothe their conscience. But at the end of the day, the things that you are accustomed is sometimes the things that you need to drop off. So before you end up like Adam and Eve, being deceived by the serpent they believed, and words they use to make excuse for eating the forbidden fruit. Politics is like you're getting licks, but you cannot see who is passing it. Politics have the country upside down, when in fact it should be right side up. Politics is people wanting to make a difference, but they are not inviting God inside their constitution. Yes. Politics is wheeling down the place and celebrating when it's time for election. But after election, remember, you still have subjections. So while you're excited about party politics, remember to hold your MP accountable for the things they say they're going to fix. So how long you intend to wait for them to fix you up straight? It's no handout that you're receiving. Everything that you receive supposed to come from a place of thank you. Please complete before we end up out of the street. Street, don't even go there. We need to have the best roads right here. A pitch lake that never ends. You mean to say I still driving and denting my rims and them? We should have the best roads in history. But I wonder what politics did to we. Around election time, the same chicks playing as though they feel these people mind in the same place of receiving. Fixed years from January to December. Oh, wait until 5 years and local election turnover. But let me leave the local politics a while and let's go over the skies. Yes, over the skies, taking a plane to get it clean. So you voted for many things because you're listening and you're hearing what they're saying and you want it to make sense. So you jot down and you listen, and everywhere that the platform they went, you make sure you choose your candidates and them. But you're not looking to see certain spiritual truths. God has raised up people to do his work for truth. If God say, no way, but man say, we want our way. Sometimes God is allowing you to have just what you want. Use it up until it finishes. I don't know where you're going to get more like it. For I raise up prophets on the earth to speak my word. I even prophesy to politicians. I prophesy to pastors. I give word from my servants all around the world. But in the midst of it, some only receive it when it's time for them to be voted into a position. From the moment they get through, they forget God give them that position. Politics overseas different to local. It's real issues in both places, but it's tissues passing out after the voting take place. I am not here to bash politicians because I understand from speaking some years ago in the airport with politics and dirty tricks that they mean well, but sometimes the things they think they could do, they cannot do because it's bigger than you. But at the end of the day, if you really want to stay in politics, you have to stand out like Joseph and Daniel. Them is real men who had to contend with Chaldeans and Egyptians and pharaohs who hated their best bone and said, let's get rid of them for they multiply. Next thing, they multiply more than us. That spirit was there long time and still it's here. You look and you realize that certain people looking like they're more than us, and now you want to fuss. You come up with policies to get rid of us. But I say today, politics will end when we stop pretending that we own government. It's the other way around. It's like they own the people, and what they say must come to pass. But the people forget where they come from. That caused the politicians to own them because they promise them. Once they bait you, they have you. It's not about that. Politics is about accountability for facts. Yes. Politics is representation without value added tax. Politics is about serving the people, making sure that you have an army that is looking after the citizens' welfare. Yes. Politics is taking care by representation and not fear. Politics is not diminishing the crowd so that you can rejoice and shout out loud. Politics is going back into your books and checking to see what was not done. Oppositions, you need to stop the peacock. You need to address the real issues, the things that they need to do for the people. Because you're not opposition for style. You're opposition to make the reigning government not smile. Keep them busy on their feet. Make sure they do everything they say that they would do for the people that voted for change. It's time for us to understand that politics is not to deceive, just to get people to believe. Politics is to conceive things that need to be birthed and things that need to be created and things that people were waiting on since the last regime gone. But let me tell you something. Politics should never be inside the church. Politics needs to stay out, and church need to pray for politics not to come in there. They're standing by the door. They come in your church and they want to tell you what you should do. Imagine that. There was never there when you was digging the soil to put down the foundation of God for the people to come and rejoice. Now they come in your church, they take over your government, and now they want you to be like a regiment. You remember when pastors could have used the discretion? Now they say, let us bank it all before we go to heaven. Yeah. And the next thing, the people starving and they ain't getting nothing. Why? Why this happening? Go back to the days when Paul and them distribute the thing. Yes, the widows that were widows indeed, they get something. Yes. Those that were serving faithfully in the house of God. Now, it's all like that. Politics that they want to take all. But to the ones who don't believe that politics could deceive, you have another thing coming. So the wisest thing to do is not to be fooled, nor to be schooled by the things you're not seeing happening in real time. Politics supposed to deal with crime, yes. It's prime time when one person's eye is enough, is enough, is enough. But statistics going up and the numbers they're calling as though it's roll call. Let's see whose name call. But that's enough about politics. Politics, I told you. Stay away from dirty tricks. Stay away from dirty tricks, politics, and lying with the truth. You know there's no substitute. Politics, don't tell me you take an next flight every time close to election time. You board in a flight. Politics, told every fight. Remember what you said to me last time. Stay away from dirty tricks and keep clean, clean, clean as can be. Be honest with the people and don't try to trick me. Just say what you mean and mean what you say. And if you don't mean it, just don't say it because we're looking forward to it. And we don't have much more time to wait until you get it right. So it's either we vote you in or we vote you out. Not so, right? You're not staying so long and we not saying nothing. You don't deliver, we saying something. We have the right to speak just like you. You said democracy is not just one or two. So let me tell you something, politics. If you think you're coming back to make things hard again, no politics. This time is not the same. So wherever you're living in the world today, check your politics before you play. God bless you and thank you for listening to Logos, my company host.